Hello, Idiots on Parade, the Too Ugly for TV podcast. We mock the news so you don't have to. My name is Nathan Timmel. I am a stand-up comedian in Iowa City. With me, as always, is Jake Vevra, stand-up comedian in New York City. Hello, Jake.
How's it going? All
is well here. It is the day after Halloween, November 1st. I got lucky, buddy. I got lucky. We had someone come to our door right before the end of Halloween, and I got to dump all the candy in their basket so that I wouldn't eat it. So nice. It's that last kid. You know, you can't do it at 10 to 8 because then if someone shows up, you feel guilty. But if they come at like 7:57 p.m., you're just like, here, you get the rest of the candy.
You know what that is that's the New York pizza slice place. That's the equivalent of going in there and the staff's a little high and drunk at the end of the night. They're closing anyway. So you order a couple pieces and they're like, hey, do you want 6 more of these? We got
them.
They're just sitting here and they're going to go bad. So here you go. We're closing in T- now. So here's some free pizza for you.
I saw a great TikTok and it was fake. You could tell it was fake, but it was still funny. It was a guy filming as he walked into like a slice place, someplace that's closing. You could tell it had a counter. And he said like, hey, I know it's 2 minutes to close, but can I still order a pizza? And the guy behind the counter goes, absolutely. And then from the background in the kitchen, you just hear, fuck! You know,
oh, yeah.
He's got everything clear. It was fake, but it was still funny.
That movie, Waiting, did a pretty good
yes
pretty good scene like that. Yeah, they keep dropping the steak on the floor over and over again.
Yes. Yeah. All right, I'm not on an enormous time crunch, but I do have to be done by noon. We're always done before an hour, but let's jump into the stories.
Before, honestly, I hate to hold us up.
No, go ahead.
Especially with the time crunch there. But speaking of fake videos on TikTok, have you been watching a lot of these? And I'm not a wrestling fan at all, but the AI wrestling.
Helen Keller, yes.
See, there's Helen Keller, there's Martin Luther King, there's the Queen of England.
Stephen Hawking.
Stephen Hawking's been a great one. Those have been amazing.
Have you seen Stephen Hawking at the Olympics, like going down the luge or doing diving? There was one where he did a diving and it bounced twice and then he just tipped forward and went straight to the bottom of the pool.
Dude, my kid woke me up and I couldn't get back to sleep last night. I was going through weird AIs on TikTok. I was doing a deep dive. A couple of my favorites as well are the Jeff Ross versus Mr. Rogers stuff. I don't know if you've seen that.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I'll have to look for it.
Okay, I'm going to send you one that it's not technically a Mr. Rogers one. It's just Jeff Ross. And a cat keeps jumping on the thing while he's painting. And he keeps cursing at the cat. And it's hilarious.
Oh, you mean Bob Ross? I've seen Bob Ross, the painter.
I say Jeff Ross?
You said Jeff Ross, the comedian. I
meant Bob Ross.
Yeah, Bob Ross with a cat. I've seen that one versus the cat. Another Stephen Hawking, again, swimming. It was like a butterfly or like they're all lined up to and the boop, and everybody dives in and he just falls forward and goes straight to the bottom. Just straight to the bottom. And the commentator's like, oh, this doesn't look good. No, he's not moving. He's on the bottom of the pool. Dude, they just complete monotone as they say it.
I saw Harambe versus Stephen Hawking in a cage match. That was good. There's so many good ones, man.
Yeah, there are. All right, on to the news, because actually, that should be our new podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, we're changing formats. We're no longer going to do news. It's going to be Jake and Nathan describe TikToks they've seen.
That's right.
It'll just be an hour
of men talking about TikTok. Have you heard about this 6'7"? Where the hell did it come from?
That'll be the new thing is we describe TikToks. All right. First and foremost, I want to get this out of the way because I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. I didn't send you the link. Hey, guess what? JD Vance hugged, I don't even know her name, Charlie Kirk's widow. Oh, no, they're in love. He's leaving his wife for Charlie. Do we really have to turn a hug into fucking what it's become? Have you seen how big this got overnight?
It did seem like people were overblowing it. And I mean, you could really, with still shots, you could kind of make any hug look creepy. You can make any wave look like a Z Kyle if you pause it at the exact right moment. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you could, it's what it is.
Is this really what we want to be focusing on? I mean, I get it if it's trolls. If it's trolls, it's fine. But why does the media have to then turn it into a story? HuffPost and BuzzFeed and all the shitty sites that aren't good anyway.
I don't care about JD Vance and Charlie Kirk's widow. I want to know about him and that couch. I want to know more couch deets, man.
I did actually.
I think JD Vance was starting these rumors just to make people forget about the couch. I ain't forgot about the couch.
Well, that was the funniest one I saw was a shot of them hugging. And it said the reason she's wearing leather pants is because it reminds him of a couch. And I thought she was dressing up as a couch for Halloween. And I thought that was funny. Yeah.
If they're making couch fucking jokes,
yeah,
I support
that
those
is good.
comments. That it's good.
All right. First real news story. And this is the first one I sent you at the top of the link. And I got it last week. It's the biggest, stupidest. Kamala Harris floats idea to run for president again, says she's not done with politics. Quote, it's in my bones.
I don't think it's her talking about running for president, though. I think people are taking that out of context.
May well run for high office again. She is not that. Maybe they're taking it out of context, but seriously.
They were talking about her running for governor of California. That could
but she's already said she's not doing that.
Right,
well, she also said possibly. But the long and the short of it is, fuck you, retire. You shoot for the moon, you lose, you're done. You just stop. Just fuck off.
I think she should do I think she should do a cooking show. I think that's the move.
I would actually approve of that. See, Paul agrees. Paul, question. You didn't hit me back. Why are you turning up on TikTok now? Are you trying to get in with the younger crowd like me?
Hell yeah, dude.
But yeah, you're done. You Mondale didn't suddenly you're done. You're done. You're done.
Okay, Mondale didn't get fucked like she did. She got fucked by her own party.
He won Minnesota.
Yeah, right, exactly. He did good in Minnesota. But she got fucked by her own party in that they said they had an incumbent. They were like, this guy's not senile.
Yeah. It's
a bunch of sexist, racist homophobes that made that up, And then after the primary where they swore they had an incumbent, they were like, hey, do you guys notice he's really old? And then they shoved her in there and she did not stand a chance. You understand? Like Obama would have lost under those circumstances. It made the party, the voters kind of lose trust in the party. It made them feel like they were lied to, made them feel like they were manipulated, made them feel like they're not really going to do anything about Gaza, healthcare, like whatever your issue is, to where you're like, Biden's too much of a moderate. That was not going to work. Just pushing his VP in without a primary. It doesn't matter. I think Kamala, under the circumstances, did a fairly decent job running. It's just no one was going to do well under those circumstances. Dude, she at least came across fairly decent most of the time. No. She couldn't have done a few more podcasts and things like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She came across as a fine candidate, but in the end push, I think I've said this a million times, I saw her following the Hillary Clinton plan. She was going to Ann Arbor and Philadelphia. Well, he was going to Traverse City. She was just going to the big liberal bases and not trying to expand her reach, whereas he was going around and grabbing all the crumbs and adding them up.
No, for sure. I think she should have gone on more podcasts. That saying, not doing enough podcasts is not why you lose all 7 swing states. I think I think if she'd have done Rogan, Theo, like whatever, I don't think it makes up for the fact that your own voters aren't going to turn out when they feel like they've been lied to, manipulated, like they feel like they've been cheated out of a primary. It's just not going to happen.
And that's the comment, like right here. Wait, where is it? Sophie and Ken. How's she going to primary Newsom? How's she going to primary anybody? Because as we've said, 2020, she dropped out before she got to Iowa. That's how bad. Nixon came back from losing Kennedy. Oh, wait. Good point, Todd Rubel. Yeah. And right. Dems don't do primaries. I pointed it out. They skipped Iowa. They skipped New Hampshire to shove Biden down our throat before he dropped out. Paul's trying to spread the Hawaiian medal. Here we go. I'm in northeastern Iowa. Kamala couldn't get our 4 homeless people to come eat a free breakfast.
I'd rather go hungry. I hate that woman's laugh.
Yes. All right, story number 2. This is a throwback to last week because I said I didn't want to talk about it last week, but it got so big and it's still going. Kristen Bell's Inner Circle turns on her after shocking scandal. So now her friends are asking her to apologize. The one thing I love about this article says it started with an Instagram post that was meant to be playful, but it ended up lighting up on social media for all the wrong reasons. Well, apparently in here, Kristen Bell refuses to back down. Everybody's calling for her to apologize, and she's just gone silent. Sources close to Bell say she has no plans to retract her words or issue an apology. Good for fucking her. Good.
Well, I don't think there's enough pressure either. This is a fringe kind of thing that's going after.
But she has nothing to apologize for.
Well, no, she doesn't. But it's also like, I don't think this ain't in my algos at all. I'm sorry. I don't think this is really. I think this is, as we point out many times on the show, this is a situation of 7 people on Twitter getting upset and certain media outlets acting like it's 7 trillion.
What is this one? Oh, this media is, oh my God. Open this article. It's The Blast. And if you can read the author's name, I'll give you $1. Chukwudi is the first name. Onywewuchi is the last name. That's who wrote the article about Kristen Bell. I agree with you. Probably, I think it's more than 7 people, but I don't think it's a big deal. And she has nothing. If you don't know what we're talking about, her anniversary post said, "Happy anniversary to the man who once said I would never kill you, baby, like other guys kill their wives." Like a big throwaway line, no big deal, but fucking crybabies gotta cry. So that's what they did.
Well, no, I mean, because I think people that are really more concerned about, or genuinely concerned about, domestic abuse, mistreatment of women or whatever, they're probably more focused on the fact that we got a president that was found liable for graping somebody. You know what I mean? Like there's bigger things to get upset about.
Are we not saying rape anymore? Or is the algorithm going to ding us?
Algo dinks, man.
Oh, heaven forbid you talk about reality. But and then exactly, Sophie and Ken points it out.
Everyone knows exactly what I mean when I say that.
True. Her husband is Dak Shepard. The joke was for him, not you. Exactly, viewers. All right. Exclusive. Amazon targets as many as 30,000 corporate job cuts, sources say. And this is horrible, and I've seen it on TikTok. People are getting laid off, but there is a line in this article. Amazon has been trimming smaller numbers of jobs over the past 2 years across multiple divisions, including devices, communications, and podcasting. Why does Amazon have podcasting? Those should be the first jobs to go. I'm not saying they have 30,000 people involved in podcasting, but if your job is to be a podcaster for Amazon, you should feel the sort of Damocles dangling above your head at all times. That's not job security there.
No, it's not. But it's also one of those things where I think the corporate world's going to get hit by AI pretty bad. Yeah. Like the top dogs are going to be okay. The CEOs are always going to be all right. But that office full of people in suits that's kind of underneath the CEO and board of directors and all these guys, I think they're sitting there going, AI can write me a memo that's written by some stuffy prick that went to some Ivy League school that his dad paid for. I can get AI to do that. You know what I mean? Like writing The Godfather is going to be tough. Writing Spider-Man 17, AI is going to be able to do. And AI is damn sure going to be able to do the job of a mid-level corporate hack who's getting paid $300,000 a year to write the occasional memo and take long vacations.
Well, it's probably a lot like Office Space. So you physically bring the reps. No, my assistant does that. So sure. What do? Right. Like I did watch, and this is just a TikTok, and I will own up to it right away. I did watch a guy explain that this current round of Amazon cuts has nothing to do with AI in the way people think taking over jobs. It's the fact that AWS, their web services, is the only profitable side of Amazon, and they need to buy expensive chips to host AI. So he spelled it out better than I ever could, but basically they didn't meet their market share. So even though they made a profit, they didn't make what they were supposed to. So Wall Street panicked. So they need to have cuts in order to expand on AI. and workforce was the quickest, easiest way to generate revenue to make Wall Street happy. I explained that poorly, but basically it's not about, ooh, AI took over these jobs in the way you just explained. That's still coming. But this round right here was, oh, we made Wall Street unhappy. Let's fire people, show we have liquid cash, and then Amazon will go, yay, and the investors will get rich like they always do, and the working class will get fucked like they always do. Actually, this is middle class, not working, because the robots have not replaced the shelf pickers yet.
It's true. You know how in the movie The Terminator, John Connor kind of sprung from the ashes after all of the Earth was nuked by these robots or whatever?
Yes.
See, I think there's going to be an earlier version of John Connor that comes from like a corporate dude who got fired by AI. So he's like, fuck these robots. I'm taking my severance package and I'm getting an AR and some C rations. And I'm going to build an army of people who were fired because robots took their jobs. And they're going to be more like, it's not so much John Connor fighting for the
humanity,
undeniable future of humanity. It's going to be more like a vigilante kind of deal. It's going to be like somewhere in between John Connor and that guy up in Oregon who wanted to kill the feds for trying to make him pay taxes or whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's going to be there's going to be weird dudes in camo who used to be copywriters. And now they're storming Google and just shooting all the servers in the face.
And I hate to do this, but since it's our new format, I will describe a TikTok I've seen. There was one with a guy coming back from the future, and I believe it was British. It doesn't matter. There's a guy beginning to eat breakfast, and all of a sudden there's a flash of light, and a guy jumps out like, wait, don't eat the eggs. They're full of cholesterol. I'm from the future. And the guy goes, oh, okay. And then he leaves, and then there's a flash like, no, wait. I'm from the future again, but further down, egg cholesterol is fine. And that just keeps going back with all the iterations of what we are and are not supposed to eat over the years and how they always change and always get it wrong.
Right.
Ooh, the food pyramid, you should eat a lot of carbs. Wait, no, you should eat a lot of protein. No, wait, you should eat bacon. No. And until the guy's just sitting there trying to eat breakfast like, I just don't give a shit anymore. And that was pretty good.
That is a big reason why people fall for all that crazy, medical misinformation and that.
Yeah.
People going, how do people believe guys like RFK? It's like, I don't know. Maybe it's because for half of my life, the government, the official doctors that they hired were going, hey, about 80% of your diet should be dairy and carbs. Maybe fuck with a little bit of that meat, vegetables, and fruit if you want to.
Maybe.
But mostly you should have a cereal-based diet. You should have a Lucky Charms-based diet. Wheaties if you want to be a super health nut. But it should be mostly milk and carbs. That should be what you should be eating.
I had the dog come make sure I was doing okay.
Valpart 24 on YouTube says that would be a great one. AI Terminator.
Yes,
That's
and right
like
before
and subscribe if you want to live. He's just an app. It's just an app that has a terrible Eastern European accent. And just, I said turn left, no, the right. I said right.
Oh, I would love to get an Arnold for my Google Maps. But no, I did like it. That one got me. I was going to go back to Paul. Amazon's building a facility in Lincoln. Is it a web server host or is it AI? Because the two things that are pissing people off right now are the AI hubs that take up all the resources and then the Bitcoin facilities they build. Strange fact, but Iowa's the center of Google, Amazon right now. Mega centers. Yes, they are. They're building mega Google and Amazon. Amazon's building. Look at that. So there you go. Council Bluffs, or as we like to call it, Council Tucky. Yeah, Google is huge. PayPal. Yes, PayPal's always been. Yep. What are we missing? AI bubble is. Real. Okay, expand on that, Todd. Why do you think the AI bubble is happening? Yes. Oh, seriously. Val, I'm curious. Is there some sort of throwback to 80s kids or Gen X or some shit like that where theater is showing Saturday morning cartoons? And that sounds fun. But all right, next story.
See, man, now that I'm older, I don't like cereal and milk. Like it tastes decent for a few bites of it, but then afterwards it feels kind of weird in my stomach. I just like eating cereal dry, man.
Are you becoming lactose intolerant? That happens to adults as the older they get, and suddenly they're eating cereal and they're feeling bloated and poopy.
I've heard that. It just sits a little funny after a while. But I don't have problems with any other dairy, like including milk and other things. I can knock out a bechamel all day. It's just something about the cereal and milk. It's just too much for me.
All right. And now we come to the time of our podcast where we have to be very, very sad. Jake, you and I, we gave Trump all the praise in the world for his peace deal. Neither one of us questioned that it might fail like every other peace deal.
I thought it was going to last 1,000 years. It said on paper for 1,000 years.
Yep. I mean, and as we pointed out, this was the Trump peace plan. Yes, every peace plan before this failed, but this was the Trump one. Well, Gaza ceasefire tested as Israel and Hamas exchange fire and blame. Well, that lasted 2 weeks. The tensions were 2 weeks in a fragile ceasefire after they just started shooting each other and launching rockets and shit. So, man, I guess the Nobel Peace Prize is off the table again.
He was going to MAGA. He was going to make Gaza great again. And that didn't happen.
Well, it's sad.
I do love how the media was totally for a week. It seemed to have like full on Alzheimer's and forgot that like every president of my lifetime had signed some kind of peace deal over there. And then they were like, our fingers were crossed. Bang, 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 bang. And they go right back to it. They acted like they had the Elizabeth Warren of both Gaza and Israel signing the peace deal. That's not who was signing it. You had Hamas and Netanyahu saying they weren't going to bomb each other. And you fuckers believed them in the media. We should believe you when you talk about anything. Are you kidding me?
And it's not like, I mean, there's so many people forget. They do try and trace it back to October 7th, but they forget that there are they do these dates like, October 7th. Israel left Gaza in the early 2000s. 1948. What they forget is before 1948, there were 500 years of conflicts between not just religion. It's always religion. Judaism comes along. Suddenly Christianity says, yeah, we're here. And so they sort of butt heads a little bit. Then Islam shows up and then you have the Crusades. And this has been going on since fucking forever. One brand new peace treaty was not going to change anything.
No, I love that the media was acting as if there hadn't been a bunch of peace treaties signed a bunch of times. And still constant fighting over there. I mean, what do you want?
Tesla risks losing CEO Elon Musk if $1 trillion pay package isn't approved, board chair says. So this has been going on for a while. Tesla pulled out of Denmark, out of Delaware, I believe, because they lost a case. A shareholder brought it up, said, hey, why are we giving this fuckhead so much money? And they want to give him $1 trillion. No, it's not $1 trillion. It's stocks and options and shit. Here's what I don't understand.
Well, because you got to realize after taxes, that's more. I mean, that's really only like 600 billion. You know what I mean? So it's not. He's still got to live kind of humble.
But all we see now, Jake. You always do a great job of pointing out that it's competition more than anything else, but Elon, as the CEO of Tesla, is a huge flashpoint. People actively boycotted and burned cars and trashed dealerships, and he shines a negative light on it. Why don't you, and I'm just spitballing here, Tesla, I'm just spitballing, why don't you save $1 trillion and just let him walk and get the stink of Elon off your company? You know, I just start just selling cars again. Get rid of the politics.
Yeah, I mean, deciding to make all that crap political was weird. It was a narcissist move from a dude who was like hundreds of billions of dollars is not enough. I somehow got to be the most famous and loved man the universe has ever seen. I think that's really what his dive into politics and entertainment and all that was all about. If anything, I think he was being silently judged by other billionaires who, he would like text him like, hey, I'm going to be on Saturday Night Live. Don't you think that's cool? It's like, no, I'm getting sucked off by models on my yacht, you nerd. I don't give a shit. Henry Ford didn't want to be on vaudeville either, doing the Charleston. Like, he was getting sucked off by the models. Why aren't you cool with that, you nerd? I think that's what the other billionaires were thinking.
Well, it comes to a point where when you are a billionaire, you have to, I mean, you talk about narcissism. Becoming a billionaire is a great way to feed into your ego. Like, oh shit, I am so smart and wealthy that I can do no wrong. I've got the Midas touch. Everything I touch will turn to gold. And then harsh reality comes down and you're left confused and like, but I thought everybody loved me. I'm a billionaire. I'm so smart. Like it's, you can't fault someone for, with a weak ego for buying into their own bullshit. I
mean, I get it, but most of the other billionaires are smart enough to know I kind of don't want to be loved. I'd rather just have the money and a little bit of anonymity. Because we've seen what happened to Marie Antoinette, and now the SNAP benefits are going away. And maybe I don't want to be parading around on a mega yacht eating caviar off of a cupcake or whatever the hell as the SNAP benefits are starting to go. So I think most of them are kind of smart enough to realize that their own safety, should things go awry with our civilization, is a lot better if people don't necessarily know a whole hell of a lot about them.
It goes back to the David Geffen COVID tweet where he posted a picture of the sunset from his $25, $50, or $75 million yacht, whichever one it was. Like, hey, everybody, stay safe out there. The fuck are you thinking?
The other billionaires are like, what are you doing taking yacht selfies? I'm getting blown by the hookers on the yacht. I'm getting blown by a supermodel on the yacht. I don't have time to take selfies. I got all these supermodels blowing me.
Well, as we saw, he doesn't make the best decisions because what is he, 70 something, and he married that 18-year-old kid. Now they're getting divorced. Council Bluffs, one family tree.
I thought it was going to last as long as the
peace deal, yes. Paul, I used to work in a cereal manufacturing plant. The amount of human sweat in cereal, that's nothing I never needed to know. Now cereal is like hot dogs. Paul, you should write an sequel to Upton Sinclair's The Jungle. I know you just call it something about cereal. But yeah, you can be Upton.
Explain why the cookie crisp I just had was so salty.
Jake, eat oatmeal. Over in Oakland, California, we watch old cartoons and eat about. Oh, that's
nice. That's like a soothing kind of,
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, you know what's a good move with oatmeal? If you really want it to taste good, you can make it taste like pancakes. If you, you make it with water like regular, but then you put like just a touch of salt, some butter, some maple syrup in it. It's like you're eating pancakes.
I've put milk in oatmeal before, and never
butter,
salt.
Maple syrup, a little bit of salt. Touch of salt. Don't go crazy with the salt. It's like a salted caramel kind of,
You know what you might not want to eat, Jake? Trump administration warns Argentina beef might be diseased, but U.S. may still import it. So they're not meeting our USDA standards, but, we got to bail them out. So this is still a way of said that the country is facing a huge foot and mouth disease issue. According to the World Reference Laboratory for Foot and Mouth Disease, Argentina had an outbreak. Had not until 2006, but now they're going through it.
Dude, again, I mean, that's supposed to be the party of America first. And why are we trying to be the world's police? And why are we trying to feed the whole planet when we got stuff here we could be doing? Mm-hmm. And more importantly, I know we pointed it out last week. Why would you give a bailout to a guy whose hair is that goddamn crazy? He's the one causing the diseases in the cows. He looks like he's out there fucking cows without rubbers, man. I don't know what he's doing to those cows, but he's definitely doing something. Look at that guy's haircut. Are you going to eat beef from that guy? Would you eat anything? If you went to McDonald's right now and you pull up to the drive-thru and out pop that guy, looking like some kind of like coked up Ronald McDonald. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, from like a Saw movie or something. He looks like that goddamn Saw doll if Geppetto turned him into a real boy and now he was running a country. And you're going to eat beef from that guy. Are you out of your goddamn mind? We're going to give him tens of billions of dollars to bail him out. No, he's going to spread it on hair gel and amphetamines. Don't do it.
That was descriptive. I liked that one. The Saw doll. I have two thoughts. One relates to what we're talking about. One is completely off topic. So I will do the off topic one first.
Shit. Wait. Valor Par 24 on Green on YouTube. Austin Powers is president. Yeah, dude, he looks like an Argentinian Austin Powers.
He does.
I got a bailout, baby. Argentina's back. Yeah.
When you said he looked like he was having sex with cows, the first thing I always flash to is the fact that I, against my will, got to experience watching a couple Afghanis have sex with a goat or a sheep or whatever. I've told you this story. I got invited up into the security tower, and they said, oh, yeah, we can see everything for like 5 miles around, and we got thermal sensors. You know, they try to attack us, and we bomb them. Oh, and then we got this, and they hit play, and it was just two dudes out there having sex with a goat. And I'm just like, it's not. I mean, it was thermal. It wasn't like high res, two dudes, but you saw like the so that I always think of whenever you talk about sex with animals, which
and
also comes up a lot on the podcast.
Part of that video is both of those farmers had hair just like the president of Argentina.
Yes,
and it's like what the hell's going on top of their head? I mean, it's crazy what they're doing to that goat, but it's even crazier what's going on up top.
The other thing I thought of, and this
Sophie and Ken said, Soylent Green is Argentinian beef.
That's a good one.
That's true. He does look like he would feed people to us dressed as cheeseburgers.
Yep, Congresswoman from Nebraska is pissed at Trump because it's affecting her lifestyle as a Nebraska rancher. Here's the true story. Oh, actually, Snorky's got one. Go downtown Cedar Rapids and tell me what cereal smells like. Yes, we have the cereal plant, the City of 5 Seasons. Oh, yeah. Okay, I heard a fantastic breakdown of this, and I'm going to, I'll just do it as fast as I can. We have always imported beef from Brazil. Always, always, always. America eats so much beef that we cannot keep up with our own production. But since Brazil put their asshole tried to overthrow the president, dictator, in jail after he refused Bolsonaro
trying to help out slapping tariffs on them.
So he slapped, and now
they send insurrectionists to prison.
Yes, and so that's really what this is about. Is we imported beef from Brazil. Trump tariffed the shit out of them because he was pissed about Bolsonaro, his buddy, and so now he's turning to a different buddy. It literally is politics. So the farmers that are pissed, it's just getting replaced. We've always imported beef. It's politics, it's optics, it's image, and behind it all, Trump is probably getting a payout somewhere. He's probably donating $20 billion and getting a kickback of $1 billion or something. This is all
Bolsonaro's
bullshit.
like, I'm going to take this $20 billion. 19 of it's going to beef. You know what? One of it's going toward crypto. Trump crypto.
Yep. Or the Argentinian guy. I can't think of his name, but
that's what I meant. The Argentinian.
Yeah.
But I love that Trump was like, this Bolsonaro guy, they convicted him and they sent him to prison for 27 years. What I need to do is I need to get another ally in the region who's a little less crazy. Oh, what about that guy with the hair?
Yeah.
I'll get in bed with that guy.
Yep.
This will not bite me in the ass and embarrass me down the road.
Nothing.
He's not going to spend $20 billion on cocaine. Not with that haircut.
I can't believe, Jake, I did not read this next story for 2 days after it hit. I did not read it. Oh, this says it's either way. Health Secretary RFK Jr. says there's, quote, not sufficient proof to show Tylenol causes autism. So it is the headline with the president, the big announcement, don't take Tylenol, and then the retraction on page 6, paragraph down in the corner. Oh, by the way, we were talking out our ass the entire time. How has Johnson & Johnson not sued the shit out of them yet? Are they just building their case? But they made such fucking big noise over don't take Tylenol, and now they're admitting, oh, remember when everyone came out against us and said we were assholes and liars? Yeah, we're kind of assholes and liars.
Well, I mean, if you listen to that press conference where they were down talking Tylenol, I'm not a doctor. I have no medical expertise whatsoever. I shouldn't be able to call bullshit on any medical report that you're telling me about. Unless you sound really, really dumb when you do it. And those guys did.
Yeah. There's a bad paragraph in here that I've been trying to figure out. Kennedy said this. Kennedy's comments also come one day after the Texas Attorney General sued. Oh, Kenvu, the maker of the medicine. There we go. The Texas Attorney General is trying to sue someone who makes acetaminophen. So this will be interesting because the Texas Attorney General is a notorious asshole. Who all he did was go after Obama with frivolous lawsuits. So now he's taken up this mantle. It'll be interesting to see where it goes.
Yeah, because now that there's an actual lawsuit going, I'm suing Tylenol for every kid who loves choo-choo trains into his preteens. You know what I mean? Like once you decide to do that, now it's not just the Muppet who sounds like he deep-throated a gravel pit. Just up there making fun little noises about, don't take the Tylenol. Like now you actually got to prove it in court.
Yeah.
Now the lawsuit against a company that has a ton that they can dish out on lawyer fees. So now you actually got to show documented studies proving, not just suggesting, but proving that Tylenol is somehow responsible for autism. And when you don't do it, it's going to get interesting. It's exactly like election 2000, where they went on the news all the time and said, the election was stolen. And then they got to court and it's like, well, I don't have evidence. I mean, fucking My Pillow fella's still out there doing that to this day. Where's my evidence? I mean, come on, just look at him. I mean, that's not going to work in court. All right. 2 more stories. This one I only sent you because we don't care. No one should care. But there was one line in the story I found interesting. Where will Sarah Ferguson live now that ex-husband Prince Andrew must vacate their Royal Lodge home? Prince Andrew's been stripped of his title. He's surrendering Royal Lodge. Where is it? Basically, I have to move out of the castle because my husband was a pedo. Right. But here we go. Andrew is set to relocate on an unnamed property on the private Sandringham estate with future accommodations privately funded by King Charles. So he got stripped of his princedom. He got kicked out of his royal palace, but he still gets to live somewhere and have everything paid for by the British taxpayers who support the royal family. That is the one thing I thought that was funny. It is like, so you're no longer a prince. You no longer live in a castle. You're taking care of all your food and services and whatever. You still get to live somewhere that is probably kind of like a gated community. You're not just getting thrown into a homeless shelter. Are you going to kick him out of the family or not? Because this seems like not a bad deal. Sure, you lose all the perks of getting to fly to private islands and have sex with minors, but you're not going to jail. So I'd call that a win, you piece of shit. I do love it where they're like, we're holding him accountable. He is no longer a prince or a duke or even an alderman. He's a rich trust fund kid who has all the money he wants. Sleep in now. He still gets to eat caviar when he wakes up. But now he doesn't have to be at the ribbon cutting. He doesn't have to put on a suit to tie. He's still a prince. He's no longer a duke. Sophie and Ken says, because he's born a prince, because he's born in the I guess he's still a prince. I don't know. I don't keep track of it, but that would make sense that he was born a prince, so he's still a prince. Prince. Hang on. No. Wait. I did see a line. Oh, wait, Duke anyway? Isn't Prince over Duke anyway? So what are we talking about? I did see a line that made me laugh that said Andrew, formerly known as Prince. And I'm like, the Prince estate in Minneapolis should sue. You want to talk about a frivolous lawsuit? That sentence right there, the Andrew, formerly known as Prince's estate should sue. That's what I think should happen. But you're right. I don't follow hierarchies, but I think king, prince, duke. I do think it's like president, vice president, speaker of the house. I think prince is better if you're holding on to that one. As the king of England. Okay, Snorky says they stripped him of prince, and that's what I saw too. Yeah. I hereby demote you. You are no longer Prince. You are no longer even Andrew. You are the symbol formerly known as Prince. Fuck, I'm getting sued. No, Andrew, you've cost me money again. Because between your kid diddling and these damn copyrights coming from Minnesota. Damn you, Purple One. And damn you, Jeffrey Epstein. I got purple on. Yes. Oh.
All right. Do you want to touch the last story, or is there anything amusing here? Disney senior executives on YouTube TV blackout. Google is not interested in achieving a fair deal with us. What's a fair deal? YouTube TV is $83 now, and this is all sports. I read an in-depth article on it. It's literally sports contracts keep going up, ESPN price keeps going up, and so like $83 a month for YouTube TV. Who? Why? I wouldn't fucking pay that. We don't pay 83 for the 4 or 5 services we have. Like they don't have to add up to 83.
I was very early to jump the ship off of cable. I mean, I probably haven't had it for damn near 20 years. I've just been going off internet and streaming for a long time.
Yeah.
I would be damned if these streaming services in the last half decade have not been working hard to drive me back into the abusive arms of the cable companies, man. Oh my God, $83 a month.
I know, it's insane.
It's basically cable. That's like it's basically cable prices. That's
I remember when we gave up cable, is like we held on to it for probably a year longer than we should have. We're like, I don't know, should we really? And then we cut it. We're like, oh God, we don't miss it at all. And it was the same thing with, and I know you give me shit for this all the time. Netflix is like, we didn't watch it. We cut it. We don't really miss it. And then now you're telling me to watch. Oh, it's on Netflix. God damn it. And we don't have Netflix.
Especially if you like documentaries, like Netflix is great. Netflix is great. I've been watching that Ed Gein show.
Yeah.
It's good, but they do. It's made by the same people that made the Dahmer one. Did you see the Dahmer one?
No.
The fact that they're kind of sexing up Dahmer and Ed Gein is kind of weird. It's a weird thing. You know what I mean? Just kind of make them ugly dudes. Like with Dahmer, I get it. You know what I mean? Like he was a younger dude. He was a gay dude. He kept himself in shape a little more than these ugly heterosexual serial killers. I get it. You know what I mean? But like Ed Gein, he was just a normal heterosexual. I don't want to say normal, but I'm saying like in terms of serial killers, he was a heterosexual. So he was as ugly as the straight serial killers. Yes. I should say. So it's like you get a little bit of a pass with Dahmer because it's like, yeah, all right, dude. He actually kind of, he was a younger dude, kept in shape, whatever. With Ed Gein, I'm like, come on, you don't need to sexy up Ed Gein. No, I'm going to make a face out of a woman's hair. Ooh, look at me. I'm banging a hot MILF now that's still alive. Let's make this scene kind of hot. Also, they made his voice sound like Mickey Mouse, even though apparently he didn't talk like that. Apparently the dude from Sons of Anarchy who plays Ed Gein just showed up one day and was like, what if I made his voice like Mickey? And the director was like, yeah, go with that. It's like, what are you doing? Oh, don't let him do that.
Sophie and Ken says he only pirates his TV content. I have an antenna. And here's the thing that sucks. Last year, if I couldn't get a game I wanted, an NFL game, I could pirate it like that. This year, I have to search for like 15, 20 minutes to find a good pirate link for NFL, and it pisses me off.
Yeah.
Val says she's always hated cable.
TV money coming in, helping them fight pirates.
Play. It's almost just as expensive. All right, I got one quick story, and then we're out of here. And I think I've told this before, but maybe not. Back in college, I worked at a fine dining restaurant, which means all the waiters were gay. And one of the waiters, the manager was gay, one of the waiters was gay, and they were out one night, and the manager saved the waiter's life accidentally. Jeffrey Dahmer was hitting on this guy named Ron.
What?
Yep, he was hitting on him, and he's like, hey, we should go back to my place. And Thomas stepped in, and he swears, he said, I did not get like, oh, this is creepy vibes, or no, don't go. He literally said, the only reason he told Ron not to go with him, he's like, no, Ron, you're coming home. You're too drunk. You're not going to be any good in bed. So right. Dahmer had definitely targeted him because he was so drunk that he wouldn't be able to protect himself. But Thomas was like, no, Ron, you can't go with him. You're too drunk. You're just going to pass out. And that's what Dahmer, but Thomas would tell the story.
Like when it's somebody taking like a woman away because it's like, hey, you're too drunk. This guy's going to take advantage of you. And with dudes, it really shows male privilege. You know what I mean? Yeah. With dudes, it's like, hey, bro, you're too drunk.
It's not going to be fun.
Whiskey dick.
Yeah, you're not going to have it.
I'm going to save you the whiskey dick. Come on, he's going to be laughing at you. He's going to be pointing at your flaccid whiskey penis and laughing. That's dude's biggest fear with dating. Well,
and the funny thing about it, if Thomas had sold the story like, I got a really creepy vibe, or like I knew there was something wrong. No, he just told the story. It was like, when I saw him, I'm like, holy shit, that's the dude from the bar. I didn't get any. Like, he was just like, no, I'm saying whiskey dick.
Frank, if you were a bottom, I wouldn't worry about this. But you're a lifelong top. I will not let you embarrass yourself and make the rest of the Milwaukee tops look soft. You can't do that, Frank. We took an oath when we raised our right hand and became Milwaukee tops. We took an oath not to let each other get whiskey dick.
Yep, and it's a real thing. All right. I'm pushing up against my time crunch. I got about 15 minutes to get my shit done. So I have been Nathan Timmel. You can find me at nathantimmel.com. It has links to everything: t-shirt store, bookstore on Amazon, 1 hour special on YouTube, Unapologetic. My friend is Jake Vevra. He can be found on all social media at Jake, Vevera, Vevra, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. His 1 hour special on YouTube is called Unalived by Dog Pills. And as far as I know, I'm good for next Saturday. My gig is local, so I can drive there and back. So we're good. All right, kids, thanks for tuning in. TikTok, didn't see any comments come up because fucking the scroll moved too fast. So thanks to anybody that tuned in there. All right.
Milwaukee Tops will be the greatest football team ever. Come on, make it a thing.
Or a band.